Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're having a look at another massive song. This one's completely 100% essential for your band set list. I'm amazed I've never taught this one before because it's a real crowd pleaser and I must have played it about 1,000 times. It's Arctic Monkeys. I bet you look good on the dance floor. I know you're going to love it. Anyway, besides that, I've got another massive channel announcement. And I kind of want to do this full time, so I've, as of today, released my Patreon page. So if you're in any way affiliated with the channel and you like what I do and you want to get more involved, I'm charging roughly the price of a pint for you guys to have your say in what videos that I make. Please check it out and have a look at it and see what I've got to offer. I think you might really like it. I'm hoping if I get to 100 people, then we can do a cool Google Hangout and then you guys can have a more direct line of communication with me. Anyway, that aside, let's get on with the video then. Please subscribe if you're not already, and let's get the guitar ready. Alright then, let's start by having a look at the introduction. It's really iconic and it should just sound a little bit like this. So we are starting with an F sharp power chord, so we're down at the 2nd fret of our E, 4th of our A and 4th of our D as well. And we're going to start by playing that twice, so we're going to do a downstroke, then an upstroke. It's going to be fairly quick this one as well. Afterwards, we're then going to stop squeezing the notes and we're going to do 4 string rakes. So the trick with this one is to add your index finger actually physically over the fret, so the 2nd fret, the actual metal part of it, over that instead of in between, and then you play the notes and you get this little harmonic. And when you mix that in with the chord, you get this. Don't worry about it if you don't get it every time. It sounds good, a bit trashy live as well, so don't worry about that too much. Anyway, after we do that, we're then going to take our index finger off the E string altogether, and then we're going to play the open E, 4th fret of our D and A as well, if you like, and we're going to play those twice. And that will take us round to start again. So very slowly we have this. Afterwards, we're then going to change the rhythm up slightly and the chords are going to become a little bit more open. It should just go like this. And so to play that, we're going to start with our open E, 4th of our A and D. Playing that twice. Then we'll go back to our F sharp power chord and we'll play that 3 times with this kind of rhythm. And to finish it off, we're going to go to an A string power chord. So it's going to be an E power chord, so 7th fret of our A, and then 9th of our D and G. And that will take us into the lead riff. So together, it sounds like this. Let's now move on into the introduction lead guitar. This is going to be great for those of you who need a little bit of practice on your alternate picking. It's going to go through a couple of minor pentatonic shapes, and it's going to use a couple of interesting rhythms as well. It's going to be great for you intermediate, sort of beginner to intermediate guitar players, and the chords behind it is just going to be one thing. It's just F sharp, same as our power chord we did at the beginning there. Just going to kind of let that one ring out, and I'm going to break this down into 3 parts, starting with part number 1. It's just going to sound like this. So simply then, we are starting at the 9th fret of our A, and we're going to do down up as a sort of picking pattern. We're then going to use our pinky finger to the 12th fret of our A, then move over to the D string, 9th fret, ring finger coming on to the 11th, and then same on the G string, 9 to 11. Then we're going to slide all the way up to the 14th fret of our G, and then the 16th fret. And that'll take us nicely into our second part, which is going to sound like this. We're going to start at the 16th fret of our G. We're going to start by playing that, bending it up, and we're going to do that 8 times, which is 2 bars. And then we're going to do something really interesting. The rhythm at this point changes, and we move into this triplet style rhythm. So we're going to be counting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It starts from the bend. We're going to bring it down. We're then going to move over to the 14th of our G, to the 16th of our D, to the 14th, to the 16th, and then to the 14th of the G. Then we'll go 16th of the G, this time still unbent, back to the 14th, to the 16th of the D, 14, 16, 14th of the G, and that'll take us nicely into our third and final part, which sounds like this. So once again, we are going to be at the 16th fret of our G. We're going to start by playing that, bending it up, then bringing it down, and just letting the note ring out for a second. But then going to play the 16th fret of the G unbent, and we're going to do that 4 times. And I like to start that with an upstroke, going to the 14th, 16th of the D, 14th, 16th, 14th of the G, back to the 16th of the D. So we've got this. We're then going to do something really similar from the 16th fret of the D now. We're going to do 16th fret of the D 4 times. Again, starting with an upstroke. Going to the 14th. Then 16th of the A. 14th. 16th. Then 14th of the D. Back to the 16th of the A. Going to the 14th. and then the 12th. We're then going to play the final part of this riff. So that's 14 to 12 on the A, then 14 to 12 on the E, then back up 14 on the E to 12 on the A, and then again. So we're just doing that twice. Then we'll go to the 14th of our A and we'll play that a few times and just bend it slightly. So we're going to bend it the equivalent of 1 fret up. And a really interesting thing about the last part of that riff is that we're going to be going back into our triplet rhythm. Check it out. And then triplets. Together then, the introduction lead guitar sounds like this. Let's now move on into the chords for the verse and the chorus, and we should breeze through this fairly quickly. We've only got 4 chords for the verse. We've got C sharp 5, B5, A5 and F sharp 5. So again, these are all power chords, so just root and fifth, and I like to add in the extra octave there, but you could just do the 2-note version as well if you wanted to. Either's fine. Anyway, we are going to start off the C sharp 5, play it once, then we're going to do a string rake, then we're going to play the B5 twice, and that's going to be 2 upstrokes. We're then going to do another string rake, then we're going to play the A5 and do that twice, and then we're going to play an F sharp 5. And then to link the progression background, we're going to do another 2 string rakes going back into the C sharp 5. So we get this. To go into the chorus then, we're going to go... We are going to go from the A5 into an E5 and do that twice, and you're doing that instead of the F sharp. And then we'll be into our chorus, which is going to go like this. So we are starting with our F sharp 5, just once on the beat, and then again on the beat for the A. So that's 5th fret now. Then we're going to move over to our A string power chord, 7th fret, which is an E. And then we're going to take that up 2 frets. So now we're at the 9th fret, and that's going to be another F sharp 5 power chord. And at the end of that, you can do a double time rhythm. Then we'll go around again. And this time, the last chord is going to be a C sharp. Let's now talk about the instrumental section, and this comes off of the back of the first chorus, and I'll just show you the first part to begin with. It sounds like this. We are going to start by sliding into the 9th of our D, going back to the 7th, then we'll go once again back to the 9th of the D. This time we'll play it 3 times, so we'll do a down, up and down stroke, and then we'll do that again, so we'll do it twice, going back to the 7th and then the 9th of the A. We'll then play the 9th of the A twice, going to the 7th and then the 9th again. We'll then play the 9th of the A one more time, but this time we'll pull it back to the 7th. So together, part 1 sounds like this. Part 2 is going to be an ascending run, and we're going to use our triplet rhythm once again. It just sounds like this. We're going to start at the 9th fret of our A, going to the 7th of the D, and then back to the 9th of the A. We're then going to do the 7th of the D, going to the 9th, then back to the 7th. We're then going to slide up from the 9th of the D up to the 11th, going to the 9th of the G, back to the 11th of the D. We're then going to go to the 9th of the G, to the 11th, to the 9th. Then we'll play the 11th of the G, to the 10th of the B, and back to the 11th of the G. Then we'll play the 10th of the B, going to the 12th, back to the 10th. And then we'll bend up on the 12th fret of the B just a half, and then we'll bring it down. So together we have this. And in full, it sounds like this. So the last thing for us to talk about is going to be the bridge, and again this is a nice fun one, not too much to learn here. We're coming off of the back of the chorus. And at this point we're then going to go back into an A5, to an E5, and then we're going to go up to our F sharp 5 and just hold on that. And we're also going to do double time rhythm on that as well. So you could see there I went from the F sharp 5 back round to the A5 and then the E5, and then from there we are back into the introduction chords again. Montague's old Capulet.